Hey viewers, I got another bike here with broken shifters that won't shift. See, it's just not catching. It's not shifting down to the smaller cogs. Now, I'm using air quotes because most likely they're not actually broken. They're just not working. And there's a difference. So what happens on these old shifters is the grease in there gets old and stiff. And there's these little spring-loaded fingers called pawls, P-A-W-L-S. They get stuck and they're not catching the little gears in the ratcheting mechanism, but it's very easy to fix. We just need to flush out the old grease and re-lube the shifters, and usually they'll just start working like new. Now, a lot of my regular viewers, I'm sure, have seen me fix shifters like this, but I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that have not seen this. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Very easy. Now, to flush out the old grease, I'm going to use WD-40. It's not a great lubricant for a lot of things, but it's a great solvent. It works great for flushing out the grease out of these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up here and I'm going to find a hole in there, and usually where the cable goes in is a great place to use. This also works on like mountain bike type shifters. Any type of trigger shifters where there's a ratcheting mechanism, this will work on. So what I'm going to do is this little hole where the cable goes in, I'm going to stick this hose in there and I'm going to spray and just flush and just try to get a lot of WD-40 in there. Just kind of fill it in there and then start working the ratcheting mechanism here, the levers. Try to get them to move. And this may actually take a while to get those pawls to loosen up in there. So just repeated flushing and movement. And sometimes you might even need to let it sit overnight or a couple days, let it just soak in there to help loosen up that old grease. Sometimes it works out very fast, but sometimes it doesn't. But just flush and work them. Flush and work them, and then let it sit if it doesn't loosen up quickly. Now this can also be messy here. I have a piece of cardboard down below. You'd also do this outside. Okay, no movement yet, so I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for a while, and hopefully that'll loosen up the grease. Well, I've had it sitting for a while, and I've just still been spraying just a little bit in here. And something else that sometimes helps is flicking the lever. So you kind of like flick it. Sometimes that will kind of get it to help loosen up. I've already noticed that if I move it over slowly, I can feel it start to catch. Actually, right there, it's almost starting to catch there, but not quite. So the pawl is, I think, loosening up a little bit in there. Just not quite enough to fully engage the ratchet mechanism in there. So it is getting better. Oh, there. Hey, there. It caught a couple times. And again, so it is definitely loosening up in there. So I'll spray it some more and continue working it. And then shift up. So the upshifter works good. Just the one pawl is just kind of a little bit sticky. But it's getting better. So it's working a little bit better. It's catching a little bit better. And I just basically start working it through its paces here. Shift up. So now it's pretty consistently catching now. I still want to make sure I get all the old grease out of there. So I'll flood it a little bit more and keep working it. So now I have it working pretty good. It's catching without any hesitation and going up through all the gears perfectly. So now I want to go ahead and kind of dry it off, and I can also blow some compressed air through there to help get all the excess WD-40 out of there. Just blow the compressed air in through the hole there and try to get a lot of the excess WD-40 out of there. If you don't have compressed air, just dry it real good with a rag and let it sit for a while so a lot of the WD-40 will kind of drain out or evaporate. Now, WD-40 is not a great lubricant for this, so what you want to do is use something like Tri-Flow. This is what I recommend. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray this in the hole here and flood the inside really good with the Tri-Flow, and then start working the shifter through the gears. And get some more Tri-Flow in there. If you weren't able to blow it out with the compressed air, I suggest going through a few cycles of this to help kind of dissipate and get rid of the remaining WD-40 in there. And then dry any of the little excess Tri-Flow off of the external part of the shifter. So that is how to fix a broken non-shifting shifter. Most times it's not actually broken, it's just not working, it's just kind of gunked up there. On rare occasions, it actually is broken, but this is always worth a shot. You got nothing to lose. And like I said, sometimes it can take a day or two to let everything soak up and dissolve that grease in there. So they're not real hard to reach places. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful or interesting. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button. Be sure to click that bell so you get notified when new videos come out. I'm over on Facebook. Go over there, like that page. I post a lot of stuff over there. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching.